bands, and some chapters that are focused more on general subjects. And the subjects are metal and politics, metal and gender, metal and economy, and metal and the media. So this is a piece from the chapter called Metal and Politics. From the socialism of the death metal bands to the more conservative right-wing thing that in black metal. Yes.
Watain vocalist Ika Johannesson often claims that black metal should not be politicized. At the same time, his band has often been accused of right-wing extremism. Nazi salutes are not uncommon at black metal concerts, and Watain shows are no exception. At their 2006 performance at the Partisan Metal Open Air Festival in Germany, one of Watain's members wore a t-shirt with the logo of German National Socialist black metal band Absurd. A journalist reported this to the festival management and had the band thrown out for the evening. Rumors spread fast in the metal world, and since then Watain has received both threats and warnings from the anti-fascist network Antifa. Several concerts in Europe have been cancelled when Antifa contacted the event organizers and informed them of the band's purported right-wing links. Ika Johannesson shows little understanding for such activity. They work with politics, we work with religion. We have nothing to do with each other. Why should some communist idiot be allowed to restrict our religious crusade by claiming we're skinheads? It pisses me off. He says the band did find the whole thing quite entertaining, but what Watain have bigger problems with, they have bigger problems with the animal parts in their stage decor upsetting militant vegans and animal rights activists. He believes people are trying to figure out what truly represents the devil in Watain. Using regular Motorhead aesthetics in a black metal context evokes completely different reactions. The black metal frameworks enhances the effect. That, combined with extreme statements about entirely different things. People are prone to equate the two. It remains truly dangerous. It's the only thing you're not allowed to praise. When we ask him why it's so important not to be associated with right-wing extremism, he laughs. But we love Nazism. What metalhead doesn't? In the same way we're fascinated by the sinister atmosphere and aesthetics in dictatorships like North Korea or the Soviet Union, there's an equally strong appeal in the visual expressions of Nazism. It is simplistic, violent, radical, fascist, uncompromising, extravagant, and stylish. And highly controversial, which is an attraction in itself. What's not to like? Says Erik, and then deadpans. Apart from the fact that the end goal of Nazism is to save the world and for everyone to live in nice white picket fence Aryan societies.
Did you feel as reporters that, you should, instead of, well, tell me, did you feel like we should condemn these people for their positions, or should we let them condemn themselves by letting them talk? Tell me about that.
We're journalists and we have it wasn't our goal. If you want to have a moralistic approach, you shouldn't write a journalistic book about black metal. And also, and also, at least in Sweden, I would say a very, very high percent of all white males above the age of 50 has a perverse interest in the Second World War. Just as the black metal bands do. So, of course...
That's the same in the United States.
Yes.
So
every
all hail the
old
History
man
Channel.
That's white loves the Second World War for the exact same reasons, because it is fascinating. Nazism is fascinating. That doesn't mean you have to like it. But no, we definitely did not go in with... we couldn't write the book if we were supposed to be moralistic.
Do you think attitudes are changing in Sweden right now with the rise of more extreme right? We're seeing it so much here in the United States. We're seeing it around the country. Obviously, this book is a few years old, but have things changed in your mind since it's been published?
It changed in the metal war in our minds about what we've written.
Well, both really. I mean, in Swedish culture, in your minds as authors, in the metal community. And
I don't forget what we've written at all, because our goal was to make people understand and convey the ideas of the band. But I mean, Watain is interesting, and the way Swedish society approaches them is really interesting, because this is the first black metal band that speaks to the media. Watain came in a period where a lot of culture started to focus on occultism, and in art, looking at old occult art. And Watain came up. Erik Danielsson, who's the front man, is a very charismatic, really marketing-minded, intelligent person. So suddenly Watain was in the spotlight, but there's still serious black metal, and no one takes it seriously. No one believes that they're Satanists for real in the Swedish media. I work for major Swedish media outlets. I can't understand why they don't get any critical questions whatsoever. Not even for Swedish public service media. So now, just a year ago, when one of their members did a Nazi salute on stage, and they were banned from playing and stuff, I was more surprised that, well, why are people so surprised that there are Nazi salutes at black metal concerts? Have they not understood what black metal is? And the fact that it wants to push boundaries, whatever you think about it. It wants to push boundaries. It will always attract people that wants to push boundaries. And that's a major part of black metal. But that's the interesting clash and conflict that happens when black metal suddenly becomes commercially successful. And that's probably what's happening with when a lot of bands have been banned here. Tokyo was banned for a thing that happened in 2008. And Watain has been banned, and Marduk has been banned. And these are all bands that, you don't really know what they think. But a part of the allure of black metal, I must say, is the thing that you don't know what's real or not, right? So it doesn't matter. I don't think that the attitudes have changed so much. It's just more that it's becoming more popular, and more like hipsters are going to black metal concerts and then just being totally shocked at what's happening. Oh, they're having blood? Oh my God, I'm gonna call someone, I'm gonna call the police. So, yeah. But it is, I love that conflict when it happens. It's really interesting.
Zooming out even from the politics and just talking about this music as